So I grew up and I went to Mosul Trinity School, so I had religious education every single day. I got to know who Jesus was. I went to daily mass, and I had this textbook understanding of who he was. I started going to different youth events and just kind of getting to know who this person was. I started going into a Bible study, and through a retreat experience, I had a powerful experience where I came to know Jesus' love for me, and that changed everything. I got to start to know this person instead of knowing a person that I was studying.
It's definitely made a big impression on me coming from the outside to see that that this faith lives on. It's a legacy that has been passed on from prior generations. So people have kept that faith alive, and that's not necessarily, unfortunately, the case in a lot of other communities and parishes. But it thrives here, and I think it thrives here in large part because of our youth programs, both the school and the religious education programs, and I've been really excited the last couple of years to see how that's just exploded in the last few years.
From our experience here in Fowler, it really seemed like the education was outstanding here. Whether we went to Waldron and attended religious ed through grade school, went to MHT and then went on to high school, really felt like the education throughout was great, and being able to tie that in with religious ed, and regardless of the form that it came in, was really great. So we definitely want that for our kids.
To continue on with the legacy of such strong faith, it is very important that we continue to have a vibrant and engaging religious educational programs here at Most Holy Trinity. With that thought in mind, in 1983, the Educational Trust Fund was established with the goal of creating a solid financial base that would generate income on a yearly basis that could be distributed to the parish in support of all of our religious education programs here at Most Holy Trinity.
I had a really good experience in the religious education program. I definitely learned a lot, and I just learned more about my faith and what my faith meant to me, and just kind of how to spread my faith to other people too.
I think some of the things that I really enjoyed in the atmosphere were the ability to pray before and after classes if necessary, and kind of the open general discussion of faith that we could have.
I am just so happy that my children are being raised in a community and in a church that really values the Catholic faith. Being that I was not raised in the Catholic faith, I can really appreciate the fullness of the faith and all the sacraments that we get to partake in.
So one of the teachers that was an influence on me as well was Mrs. Fedewa. She challenged us to do things that were, I thought, way a lot for kids. So she was very academically challenging. I lived close to the church, so sometimes in the summer I would walk into the church and do a little visit and come out. But when I went in there one time, I remember seeing, it was the summer, and the teachers didn't necessarily need to be in the summer, but Mrs. Fedewa was there praying. And I just remember that it just struck me that that was part of her life then.
I just think it's so important to see what a gift our faith in Fowler and at MHT is. I never realized what a gift it is here and what we have in Fowler until I left. And I mean, I've met a lot of other faith-filled people outside of Fowler, but it's just, God has truly blessed this community.
I guess what I want to see for the future is a strong religious ed program continue, the school continue, and to see, as I do see now, students who have come out of both programs become so involved in this parish and outside of this parish, to go to Steubenville, to work in the missions sometimes, to do things above and beyond what maybe I even thought of doing when I was a kid their age.
The religious education programs that are supported by the Educational Trust Fund distributions are the Catholic school, which has approximately 80 students attending. The religious education program that is offered for all of the public school students to attend, and currently there are over 280 students attending those programs, the youth ministry program, and as well as the retreats that the youth attend. In addition, the adult education programs are supported by the Trust Fund, which includes the RCIA program for individuals that are looking to become Catholic, as well as the monthly speaker series.
My parents raised me in the Catholic faith, and growing up, I think, what I learned at home as a young child was then complemented by the Catholic school here at Most Holy Trinity Church, where what was important for me is it helped me to become a generally good person.
The Legacy of Faith, Future of Hope campaign was initiated to increase the amount of the Trust Fund corpus. At this time, the Trust Fund corpus is approximately $1,250,000, and we are generating approximately $95,000 in income over the last couple of years from that corpus. The goal is to increase the corpus to over $1,500,000, and with a corpus of that size, we would be able to generate upwards of $130,000 potentially to distribute to the parish.
What would we do without them? I mean, in a sense, this is what Jesus told the apostles to do: go and make disciples of all nations. So, teaching and passing on the faith, that's the most important thing we can do.